Y'all ain't got it. Tell him you got to get his picture off the wall. You got to get his number out of your phone. Because if there are any connection that would allow you to connect back to an old thing, the test comes when you have the option. But if you said I'm detaching, which means I'm detaching your pictures, I'm getting your clothes out, tell somebody don't burn them. Don't burn them. Just send them to him. I'm getting rid of anything that reminds you of me, reminds me of you, which means I got to detach. Watch this. We have to do what's necessary in order to detach from the relationship we had with Satan in order to renew a relationship with God. Now watch this. You cannot go into a relationship once you have detached from an old relationship with the same mindset. Because if you go into a new relationship, you have already taunted or put a stain on the new relationship because you're going in with a mindset of what you come out of. You got to learn how to go in and rejoice that you are out of what you're in. Now watch this. When the children of Israel was in the wilderness, their mindset was back in Egypt. So they couldn't move forward because they remember Egypt. Even though it was a place of captivity, but they figured I had a place to live. I could eat. I had a little something. But now you got us out in the wilderness. Watch this. You got to learn how to detach from old things, because old things will keep you in a slave mentality to something that you are not even there. You can be free and still have the mind of a slave. Yeah. You can be delivered and still have the mind of a person that's bound. You can have freedom and be limited to the freedom that you have because you think you're still a captive in an old relationship. And sometimes God takes you to the desert to dry you out from all of what you've been through. You got to learn how to thank God for the desert, because the desert can become a detachment from where you are. They say, look, man, can you just leave us in Egypt? Watch this. The reason why some ladies, you ever seen women and men that are in the relationship and they are abused and yet they stay? Tell somebody what love got to do with it. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. It is the insecurity of a slave mind that figure if I leave him, what can I? That figure if I walk out, then who's going to? That figure out if I tell him that's enough, who's going to? But you got to learn how to depend on the God-given gift that's in you. And understand that if I leave him, I'm better off. If I leave him, then it means I have more chance of surviving this incident than being there and be beaten in a state of slavery and have no freedom. And when love is not real love, it's just a concern of how I'm going to survive if he ain't there. Let me tell you something that you may not have faced yet as we get ready to close out. I'm about through. You got to learn that there are some detachments even in the church. Folks that dance with you on Sunday, shout with you, and say, we're going to make it. But when they leave, they say, well, I'm going to make it, but I don't know about him. There are some folks. The greatest test God had was from the peoples that he thought he could trust. You got to know who you connected with. And watch this. A shout and a dance doesn't mean you connected. How loud you holler doesn't mean you connected. Because you come to church, that's good. Because you're coming to a place that is suitable to connect you. But you got to learn how to drain. You got to drain out the old stuff that's clogging anything to come in. And watch this. You got to deal with the hurt of detachment. Because if you don't detach, it could become a slave mentality that connects you. And Jesus said that when he left, he took captivity captive. You got to understand what used to hold you. When you learn how to let it go, can't hold you no more. And watch this. It ain't it that holding you. It's you holding it. That's it, brother. A lot of times we want to blame, it got me and it's a stronghold. Hold. It got me and it's hard to break loose because it's a stronghold. Not to say we don't have strongholds. But a lot of times we don't want it to release us. We know where we'll go if it does. We know what we can get if it does. But because we can't stand this attachment and go through the process of reattaching, we become comfortable in a situation that's going to destroy us. Tell somebody it's worth letting something go to get something better. Now,